The first stages of the cleanup are underway at Erie Coke, but the long-term situation remains very much up in the air. One of the biggest questions, will the state be in charge of a cleanup, or will this become a federal Superfund site? Erie's not the first community to face that debate.
The neighbors in that neighborhood, they have a right to know whether they can grow things in their soil, what the state of their groundwater is, as well as air quality.
The sudden closing of Erie Coke was an ending and a beginning, a new round in the environmental fight. The clouds from the smokestacks replaced by clouds of uncertainty over the cleanup.
There's still too many unanswered questions about the nature and extent of the contamination, both in the soil and the surface water and the groundwater underneath it. We really don't know anything.
As far as the lake's concerned, water and sediment results really showed no pollution hotspots near the Erie Coke area.
Tom Decker is with the State Department of Environmental Protection. He says they've also tested soil and groundwater samples from Erie Coke with no big problems to date.
The results really didn't show any indication of a need to require the DEP to initiate an emergency action response.
But this has been an industrial site since 1833 and a coke plant for decades. That's why environmentalists want a much closer look at what's in the ground. Meanwhile, about 100 miles to the north, a court-ordered study is providing possible answers for another community. At the University at Buffalo, Dr. Joe Gardella led that study. He focused on the neighborhoods surrounding the now closed Tonawanda Coke plant.
What it showed was that there are point areas, spots with elevated levels of contamination, but none in a systematic area that looks consistently at a level to be dangerous to residents.
According to Gardella, on-site Tonawanda Coke is a different story. He says federal and state government reports, as well as his own samples, revealed elevated levels of contaminants. He has no first-hand knowledge about Erie Coke, but did offer advice.
It's important, you know, in any of these kinds of things, that if we can't take the information from Buffalo, from Tonawanda, and learn from it in ways that are going to help the people in Erie sort out what happens with Erie Coke. I mean, that would be tragic not to learn those lessons.
New York State has decided to oversee the cleanup at Tonawanda Coke. Environmentalists in Buffalo had pushed for it to become a federal Superfund site.
Our EPA is already on site doing a removal action under a temporary authority of Superfund, which is to us just another example of how incredibly hazardous this site is.
The new owners of the Tonawanda Coke property say a state-led cleanup will be more complete and take less time. The DEP does not think Erie Coke meets Superfund requirements, and while the Tonawanda site has changed hands, Erie has not, meaning future use and the cleanup needed are just guesses.
Preparation is all we can do right now, and make people aware that the issue isn't over.
Now, attempts to reach the owner of Erie Coke were unsuccessful. While the future of the land remains a question mark, there's also concern for the people who may be affected. That's the focus of our digital exclusive posted right now at YourErie.com.